Now I am going to start a new chapter, namely reproductive health. What is reproductive health? Healthy reproductive organs. Healthy reproductive organs with normal function. Healthy reproductive organs with normal function is known as reproductive health. According to World Health Organization, World Health Organization given another definition. According to World Health Organization, a complete state of well-being of all aspects of reproduction. A complete state or a total state of well-being. Well-being means feeling of leading comfortable life. Feeling of leading comfortable life is known as well-being. So a complete state of well-being of all aspects of reproduction. All aspects of reproduction means that is physical, emotional, behavioral and social aspects of the reproduction. World Health Organization defined reproductive health as a complete state of well-being of all aspects of reproduction. That is physically, emotionally, behaviorally, socially. India was among the first countries to start the reproductive health program national level. In 1951, India started the family planning program. Family planning program. In 1951. Later, they modified the family planning program as RCH, Reproductive and Child Health Care Program. Reproductive and Child Health Care Program, RCH. The goals of Reproductive and Child Health Care Program: massive immunization, massive child immunization, giving vaccines to child, massive child immunization. So to prevent dreadful diseases, our parents provide vaccine. So in some poor families, so lack of immunization. So that's why government, institutional immunization, government so identify the newly born infant and provide immunization. So massive child immunization, provide nutrients, provide nutrients to pregnant woman, develop awareness in people, develop awareness among people regarding pregnancy, abortion, sexually transmitted diseases, changes occur during adolescence, and introduce sex education in schools, and changes occur during adolescence, menstrual cycle. Similarly, they also introduce the slogan "Hum do" and "Hamare do," means we too, ours. So "Hum do" and "Hamare do." So that means we too and we have two children. "Hum do" and "Hamare do." Similarly, the government also giving incentives to small families, to encourage the small families. Next one is Janani Suraksha Yojana. Another program is, so once again, India was among the first countries to start reproductive health programs at national level. In 1951, India introduced a family planning program. Later they modified into reproductive and child health care program. Mainly it concentrate on massive child immunization, provide nutrient to pregnant women. So other, they develop awareness among people regarding abortion, pregnancy, sexually transmitted diseases, changes occur during adolescence, menstrual cycle. Similarly, due to all-round development in all fields, population increases drastically. To reduce the population explosion, so they also propaganda "Hum do, Hamara do." So in this manner, increase the small families and tell the advantages of small families to the rural youth also. So these are the some aims of reproductive and child health care program. And another one is Janani Suraksha Yojana. Janani Suraksha Yojana. Janani Suraksha Yojana. The main goal of Janani Suraksha Yojana is promote institutional deliveries. All deliveries should be in hospitals only, not at home, to minimize the maternal mortality rate and infant mortality rate. To decrease maternal mortality rate and decrease the infant mortality rate. So the main goal of Janani Suraksha Yojana is promote institutional deliveries. Next one is amniocentesis. Amniocentesis is a technique developed to identify the genetic abnormalities in the fetus. Nowadays, so at the time introduced in around 1970, amniocentesis technique. Goal is identify the genetic abnormalities of the fetus. For example, so you may observe some infant suffering or some people suffering from Down syndrome, Turner syndrome, Klinefelter syndrome, so Cry-Do chart, Patau syndrome, Edwards syndrome, different types of syndrome, bipolar people. So at the time it is better to identify in the fetal stage. If possible, they rectify, otherwise abortion. So that is the goal of amniocentesis. Amniocentesis technique goal is to identify genetic abnormalities of the fetus, but several medical practitioners misuse amniocentesis to identify the sex determination. How they misuse? They puncture the pregnant woman at the navel, collect the amniotic fluid. The fluid present around the fetus known as amniotic fluid. Epithelial cells of fetus float in amniotic fluid. In the epithelial cell, oval-shaped structure is present. Oval-shaped structure is bar body. If bar body is present, the fetus is going to develop into female. Without bar body, going to develop into male. What is bar body? Inactive X chromosome. In female, 2 X chromosomes. Male, 1 X chromosome. Out of 2, 1 X chromosome become inactive and converted into oval-shaped bar body. In all the somatic cells, 1 oval-shaped bar body is present. By using amniocentesis technique, they identify, so they search for bar bodies. If bar bodies are present, they confirm that fetus going to develop into female. If bar body is absent, the fetus develop into male child. So in this manner, at the time, several medical practitioners use amniocentesis to identify the sex. So it leads to female feticide. Death of female fetus. So as a result, sex ratio also abnormal in some states like Bihar. To avoid female feticide, Indian government banned amniocentesis to know the sex of the fetus, not yet born baby. So till today they are using amniocentesis only to identify the genetic abnormality of the fetus. Later, 3D ultrasound scan. 3D ultrasound scanning. So this technique is used to identify the abnormalities in the fetal growth. By using 3D ultrasound scan also, they identify the sex of the not yet born baby. That's why in 1994, Indian government enacted Prenatal Diagnosis Regulation and Misuse Act. Regulation and Misuse Act in 1994. If any medical practitioner misuse 3D ultrasound scanning or amniocentesis to identify the sex of the not yet born baby, so they lost their medical practice certificate, 5 years imprisonment. So amniocentesis is used to identify the genetic abnormalities of the fetus. So the main purpose of 3D ultrasound scanning is to identify the fetal abnormalities. So with the 3D ultrasound scanning, they came to know the sex of they can easily identify the external genitalia of the not yet born baby. So in this manner, they misuse 3D ultrasound scanning technique also. That's why Indian government in 1994 enacted an act on the name of Prenatal Diagnosis Regulation and Misuse Act with stringent punishment. If anyone violate amniocentesis or genetic abnormality, means if anyone misuse amniocentesis and 3D ultrasound scanning to identify the not yet born baby. So tomorrow we discuss the sexually transmitted diseases, contraceptive methods.